Hello friends, in our previous lecture we have studied Thevenin's theorem using AC source. Now in this lecture we will study Norton's theorem with AC source. Okay, so let's consider an example and we will solve it. As you all know, Norton theorem, Norton theorem states, it states that any two terminal of a network can be replaced by equivalent current source and equivalent parallel resistance. Okay, so we have given a network having a AC voltage source, value of which is 25 at an angle 0 degree volt, resistance is 3 ohm, inductor is 4j ohm. Okay, one more parallel branch is there, resistance is 4 ohm here, and capacitance is j5 ohm. This is terminal A and B, polarity plus minus. This is circuit, and it has been asked to find out a Norton equivalent network between terminal A and B. So Norton's equivalent terminal means ultimately we have to reach to the circuit where there will be a one current source. Direction can be either upward or downward, and there should be one parallel resistance, okay, across this AB. So this is what expected, right? So you all know that while solving Norton theorem, step 1 is always to short circuit the load resistance and find out the current ISC. Now here actually there is not load resistance, but this is the points where we need to find out the equivalent circuit. So we have to short these terminals, okay, and find out the current through it, which will be called as a ISC. So new circuit will be, or I can short here only, okay, and this current is called as a short circuit current, ISC. Now first step is to find out ISC. Okay, how to find out ISC? Now first simple thing is, when I short circuit terminal AB, what will happen with these elements? Basic network logic, whenever a short circuit is applied across any element, it got vanishes. So you will get a new circuit like this. C 3 plus 4j, then simple short circuit. This is a voltage source of a 25 at an angle 0. This is 3 ohm, this is j4 ohm, and this is current ISC. Okay, circuit get reduces by simple logic. Now how to find out current? Again, simple ohm law, I equal to V by R. So in our case, this voltage divided by this impedance is nothing but this current. So I can say ISC equal to voltage, which is 25 at an angle 0, divided by your impedance, which is 3 plus 4j. Okay, so in the rectangular form, already numerator is in rectangular form, denominator can be written as 5 at an angle 53.13. You can get it in your calculator by putting simply this in a rectangular form, this in a polar form. Okay, so when you solve this, you will get 5 at an angle minus 53.13 ampere. This is how we got ISC. Now second step while solving Norton theorem is step 2, to find out Zn, Norton's impedance. Okay, so how to find out Norton impedance? Replace all the voltage and current sources by their internal impedances. Means in our case, this voltage source should be short circuited. Remaining elements will be as it is, and we have to reduce them. Let's see. This is new circuit. Okay, now here we have to reduce the resistances. This element and this element, two impedances, are parallel to each other. So you know how to reduce it. When two resistances or two impedances are in parallel, it can be reduced by, if this is a ZA, this is ZB, then equivalent impedance is ZA into ZB divided by ZA plus ZB. Okay, so I can write it down as 3 plus 4j multiply by 4 minus 5j, okay, multiplication divided by addition, which is 3 plus 4j plus 4 minus 5j. Okay, so if you wish, you can put in a polar form, or directly you can find out the answer and get it converted it into polar form, which is nothing but 4.53 at an angle 9.92 degree ohm. Okay, this is the impedance. Okay, to find out this value from this is not difficult. I am writing this directly because I can't show you how to solve it in a calculator. You can simply put your calculator in a complex mode and you can put these values in calculator in numerator and denominator, and you will get, actually you will get answer in a rectangular form, but when you will convert it in a polar form, you will get this answer. Okay, it is facility in your calculator. Now to write represent this in a Norton's equivalent, right? So how to represent it? As I said, this is our final target. So simply represent or put all the values in equivalent circuit as like this. See, I am showing it. This is 5 at an angle minus 53.13. I am moving upward. Okay, and moving upward, why? Because our ISC was moving from A to B, no? So see, this is A, this is B. So if we short circuit, it is moving from A to B. Hence I have shown like this. If you would have got answer minus negative, then you would have shown this direction downward. And impedance is 4.53 at an angle 9.92 degree. Okay, so this is the final step. If in some cases you have given with the resistance here, then you have to put resistance over here, and they can, and if it has been asked to find out current in that resistance, then simply by using current divider rule, you can easily find out current through that particular load resistance. Okay, so this is how Norton's theorem has been solved in a AC sources. Thank you. In next lecture, we will study maximum power transfer theorem.